In today's news, Bitcoin and Ethereum have done so much for crypto. I'm not naive, I can see that, I know that. But what I also see is evidently these elites seemingly see these two assets as a threat. And just like any threat, they will do whatever it takes to completely wipe them out. As we can see in this post from Cyprus, straight from the European Central Bank themselves, this document states, quote, "There is no need for an inefficient proof of work mechanism like the one enabling Bitcoin. There it is in black and white. But to really prove my point, pay very close attention to this interview with Christine Legarde, European Central Bank President.
And those who survive, but it will be between those who are cannibalized because they are not seeing it coming and they're not embracing it, and those who self-induce that cannibalization. And I'm using cannibalization on purpose because it's a bit of a striking, horrible word, but it's really what it means. It's you're going to disrupt your business model, you're going to change it, you're going to reduce your costs, you're going to expedite your transactions, and you're going to continue to inspire confidence because you will build that on the basis of an existing backbone, which is your bank and the confidence relationship that you've established with your customers. So that's where I see changes happening now. If you think of Circle and Ripples and all those, that's where they are active and helpful.
So not only did Christine Legarde admit that those who will survive the inevitable crypto culling, the ones that won't be cannibalized, are the assets that are innovating and working with these banks to make this new financial system. But she also directly cited that Ripple and Circle are just two examples of institutions who are doing just that. Furthermore, as we can see in this post from XRP Drops, we have Marcus Infanga, Senior Vice President of Ripple X, being interviewed at the Paris Blockchain Week, where he states everyone with relevance is here. Now, why do I highlight this post, you ask? Well, because Edward Farina, shout out to him, was actually at the Paris Blockchain Week, and he confirmed that there was a strong presence from the XRP ledger, Stellar, Circle, Crypto.com and others, the likes of HBAR as well. But there was zip, zero, nada, no signs of Ethereum, BNB, Binance, Bitcoin and Tether. So that means the biggest crypto exchange in the world and the top 4 cryptocurrencies are irrelevant, at least when it comes to the development of the new financial age. But Christine Lagarde literally said, if you aren't innovating and working with these institutions, you will be cannibalized. Bitcoin and Ethereum evidently are not in their future plans, and now that Ripple has stepped up to the plate and continue to innovate, they'll be the ones to cannibalize Bitcoin and Ethereum. This post from Cyprus highlights the institutional interest of real-world asset tokenization on the XRP ledger, the exact thing Christine Lagarde was praising Ripple for. As we can see, institutional interest. The demonstration at the summit served as a clear indication of the increasing interest and adoption of real-world asset tokenization by institutional entities. Our work at Ripple and the implementation of XRP ledger technology underscore our dedication to leading developments in this evolving sector. So this is massive news, and also now Ripple have introduced a new stablecoin on the XRP ledger. This will therefore replace the need for USDT Tether, Binance Exchange and its BNB, because again, these institutions, these assets are a threat to what the 1% want, what their vision is, which of course is control. Of course we should know that is what they want, but the question is how. How will they aim and what will they do to replace Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Binance, Tether and anyone else who looks at them funny? It's the same thing, the same way they've done every single time they want to get their way, to cause a crisis. I had this post again from Cyprus, shout out to him, where the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements General Manager, Augustine Carlson, delivers the presidential lecture at the Center of Financial Studies, and he confirms, literally confirms, that fiat money, the likes of the dollar for example, is an asset with no intrinsic value. That its value only comes from what people like you and me believe it to be, and also the trust we put in the global banks and the governments. But the thing is, that trust isn't the same sort of trust you would give your kids or your parents or your pet or anyone that you love. and trust, it is fear. And he also confirms that they, being the elites of the world, use crisis to make policy changes. It's fear. They use fear to control you. And it's with these tactics that they've used since the dawn of time that they'll use to collapse the dollar, collapse fiat as a whole, force people into accepting CBDCs, and in time, this is exactly how they will force people to cannibalize Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of them. Ripple has the technology, but most importantly, it has what the rest of these institutions here and assets don't have, which is institutional interest. All Ripple and XRP need now is that green light, and that is coming so much sooner than you think. In this post from Mr. Man XRP, we have a video regarding EU, so again Christine Lagarde's sector, who has mandated instant payments as the new standard. Let's take a listen.
When the regulation will come into force, you have 9 months from that. So that's expected to January, February next year. You have 9 months to be able to receive instant payments, and you have another 9 months, so 18 in all, to send instant payments. And then, what I said, there's some more time for the non-Euro countries in the EU to implement it. But that's really a tight timeline. Yeah?
Yes.
I mean, it's, if you implement instant payments, you need interfaces to the embargo system, to the disposition system, to the booking system. And all of these interfaces then need to be 24/7, 365, and all of it in 10 seconds. So that's a challenge. So there it's mainly the timeline and being ready. For those banks that already have it in place, there the challenge is, I think, in 3 areas. One is, as I said, 24/7, 365. So I would say a technology challenge. Then there's another one that the regulation is not just focusing on, let's say, on the processing of the transactions. It's also focusing on implementing some fraud protection, detection, etc. mechanisms. It's called the payment account validations. And then the third area is business case.
Yes.
The regulation says it's not allowed for a SEPA instant credit transfer to be more expensive than a normal credit transfer.
So the European Parliament has green-lighted the instant payments law, green-lighted fast money, and we should already know that Ripple will more than likely involved in this development, because Ripple are in very close ties with Europe. The regulations that are coming in 2 months in Europe with MiCA, Ripple have been partnered and connected closer to them since 2022. And Ripple's also a member of the Digital Euro Association. So again, this is a massive, massive deal. But we are also waiting for the green light in this long, drawn out lawsuit against the SEC. And once Ripple wins, not if, when Ripple win, because that's inevitable, they will be the only asset with regulatory approval and that green light that no other asset will have. Bitcoin, yes, it does technically have a green light, it has regulatory clarity, but Bitcoin got it because it's Bitcoin. XRP will be the only one with legal regulatory clarity, which has a massive, colossal difference. And just like everything else I've showed you in this video, this will be the difference that in the end will result in XRP cannibalizing all of the assets, Ethereum, Bitcoin and the rest, and taking its place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.